Imagine this. You've finally done it. You've taken that leap of faith, investing in a dream that's both thrilling and terrifying. You've quit the familiar, embraced the unknown, and now you're sitting in a park, a whirlwind of nerves and excitement. Suddenly, two vibrant butterflies flutter down and land gently on your hands. At that exact moment, you overhear a stranger walking by say, "You've done the right thing." A shiver runs down your spine. It's a sign, a confirmation from the universe that you're on the right path. This is the magic of synchronicity. These moments, these prophetic synchronicities are like little winks from the cosmos. They can be signs, prophecies, or omens that pop up at just the right time. Maybe you keep seeing repeating numbers that hold a special meaning for you, like 11:11 on the clock. Or perhaps you have a dream that feels incredibly significant, offering a message you desperately needed to hear. These synchronicities can confirm your recent decisions, like our friend in the park, or even warn you about potential bumps in the road ahead. But they're not always obvious. Deciphering these symbolic messages is a bit like interpreting a dream. You have to pay attention to when and where they happen. A great way to start is by keeping a journal. When you write these experiences down, you can start to see patterns and understand the personal language the universe is using to speak directly to you. It's a beautiful reminder that our waking world and our inner world are more connected than we think, both shaped by our own consciousness. Now, let's talk about a different flavor of cosmic coincidence, manifestation synchronicity. Have you ever been thinking about a friend you haven't seen in years, and then you bump into them the very next day? Or maybe you realize you need something specific, like a rare book, and you walk out your door to find it in a free library box right across the street. What's going on there? Did you have a premonition? Or did your thought actually create that event? The incredible answer is that both can be true. When our thoughts seem to directly influence reality, that's manifestation synchronicity. It's like our subconscious mind sends out a signal, and the physical world rearranges itself to match our thoughts. This is the core principle behind the law of attraction. But here's where it gets really mind-bending. For you to find that object across the street, the events leading to it being there might have started long before you even had the thought. The person who left it might have decided to do so yesterday. It's as if your present desire traveled back in time to influence a past event, just to create that perfect moment of synchronicity for you now. This might sound like science fiction, but it's actually in line with principles of quantum physics, which show that our present choices can influence events that have already happened on a quantum level. It suggests that time isn't a fixed, straight line. Both the past and the future are flexible, constantly being shaped by our consciousness in this very moment. Your thoughts aren't just thoughts. They are powerful forces that can ripple through time itself. Then there are opportunity synchronicities. These are the moments when preparation meets a stroke of perfect luck. They are the golden opportunities that appear at just the right time to pull you out of a tough spot or open a door to a brand new path. Think about it. You've been working hard to learn a new skill. And suddenly, a dream job requiring that exact skill lands in your lap. These moments might seem like wild coincidences, but they feel so natural, so effortless. It's as if they were always part of the plan. The signature feeling of an opportunity synchronicity is a wave of pure joy and relief. There's no struggle, no friction. Everything just clicks into place, harmonizing perfectly with your life's journey. These aren't just lucky breaks. They are keys that unlock the next chapter of your personal story, pushing you forward on your unique destiny. So, this all sounds amazing, but how do we actually bring more of this magic into our daily lives? It all starts with developing what I call sensitive awareness. This means tuning in to the small, seemingly random details of your day. Pay attention to recurring themes in conversations, symbols that keep popping up, or those little moments that just feel interesting. These could be synchronicities trying to get your attention. As I mentioned before, keeping a journal is a game changer here. It's not just about listing coincidences. It's about reflecting on them. Ask yourself what they might mean to you personally. What were you thinking or feeling right before they happened? This practice helps you decode the universe's messages. But what if you feel like you haven't experienced a synchronicity in ages? Don't worry. Sometimes it just means you're in a stable, comfortable routine. Life is flowing smoothly. On the other hand, it could mean you already so in tune with your higher self that you don't need external signs anymore. You're guided from within. However, if you want to invite more synchronicity, the surest way is to shake things up. Step out of your comfort zone, try something new, visit a new place, talk to new people, adopt an attitude of wonder and curiosity about the world around you. Dive deeper into your own consciousness through reflection, daydreaming, or analyzing your dreams. Learn to tell the difference between impulses that come from social conditioning and the true quiet whispers of your soul. The more you listen to and act from that deep inner wisdom, your spiritual intelligence, the more you'll find synchronicities lighting you toward a life of abundance and joy. Ultimately, synchronicity reveals a profound truth. Our thoughts, feelings, and experiences are all woven into the grand, mysterious tapestry of the universe. By staying alert to these signs and coincidences, we're not just noticing random events, we're learning to dance with the flow of the cosmos. Synchronicity can be a powerful and trusted guide, helping us navigate the big decisions and create a life that is truly aligned with our deepest purpose. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If this resonated with you, I'd love it if you like this video and subscribe for more explorations into the magic of our universe. See you next time. Have you ever thought about someone and just then your phone rings and it's them on the line? Or maybe you were humming a song you hadn't heard in years, and when you turn on the radio, that exact song is playing. We call these moments coincidences, but are they just random chance, or is something more profound at play? Let's travel back to 1973. The brilliant actor Anthony Hopkins was gearing up for his next big role in a film called The Girl from Petrovka. Now, Hopkins is a dedicated actor, and to truly get inside his character's head, he felt he absolutely had to read the original novel by George Faber. So he set off on a quest across London, a city famous for its bookstores, to find a copy. He spent an entire day going from shop to shop. But the answer was the same everywhere he went. Sorry, the book is out of print. We don't have any copies. It seemed like a dead end. Feeling a bit defeated, Hopkins headed home on the London Underground. As the train rattled along, he noticed another passenger jump up and rush out of the carriage just as the doors were closing. In their haste, they'd left something behind on the seat. Curiosity piqued. Hopkins walked over to see what it was. It was a book. He picked it up, glanced at the cover, and his jaw dropped. The title staring back at him was The Girl from Petrovka. Can you imagine the odds? After searching all over London with no luck, the one book he desperately needed just falls into his lap. It's an incredible story on its own, but trust me, it gets even weirder. Fast forward a couple of years, the movie has been filmed and released, and Anthony Hopkins finally gets the chance to meet the author of the novel, George Pfeiffer. During their conversation, Hopkins couldn't wait to share the unbelievable story of how he found the book. He told Pfeiffer about his fruitless search, the subway ride, and the mysterious book left on the seat. Pfeiffer listened, looking more and more bewildered. When Hopkins finished, Pfeiffer was quiet for a moment, then said something that sent shivers down Hopkins's spine. He told Hopkins that he didn't own many copies of his own book. In fact, he had lent his personal copy, which had his own note scribbled in the margins, to a friend a few months prior. That friend later called him, completely mortified, to confess that he had lost the book somewhere on the London Underground. Pfeiffer asked Hopkins to check the copy he'd found. Hopkins did, and there they were, author's own handwritten notes. The book he found wasn't just any copy. It was the author's unique, personal copy, lost by a friend and found by the one person in the world who needed it most at that exact moment. What are the chances of that? It's a number so astronomically small it's almost impossible to calculate. It's a perfect example of what the famous psychologist Carl Jung called synchronicity. Jung described synchronicity as a meaningful coincidence, where events in the outside world seem to align perfectly with your inner thoughts or needs, in a way that feels too significant to be just random chance. It's not about cause and effect, like one thing making another happen. Instead, it's about two or more things happening at the same time that are connected by meaning, not by mechanics. Think of it as the universe winking at you. Jung believed that these moments are clues, pointing us toward a deeper connection between our minds and the world around us. He suggested that there's a collective unconscious, a shared pool of memories and ideas that all humans can tap into. When we experience synchronicity, it's like we're briefly aligning with this hidden order of the universe. It's a sign that we're on the right path, or a nudge in a new direction. These meaningful coincidences happen to all of us, probably more often than we realize. Have you ever been struggling with a problem and the solution suddenly appears in an unexpected way? Maybe you overhear a conversation between strangers that gives you the exact answer you were looking for. Or you're thinking about a career change and you bump into an old friend who just happens to be hiring for your dream job. These aren't just lucky breaks. According to the idea of synchronicity, these are meaningful events designed to guide you. The key is to pay attention. We live in such a fast-paced, noisy world that it's easy to dismiss these moments as pure coincidence and move on without a second thought. But what if we started treating them as messages? What if we paused and asked ourselves, what is the meaning here? What is the universe trying to tell me? When you start looking for these connections, you'll be amazed at how often they appear. It's like learning a new word suddenly. You start hearing it everywhere. When you open yourself up to the possibility of synchronicity, you start noticing the magic woven into the fabric of your everyday life. Think about your own life. I'm sure you can recall a few of these strange, perfect moments. That time you were thinking of a long-lost relative and got a letter from them the next day. Or when you decided to take a spontaneous trip to a city and then found a travel guide for that exact place lying on a park bench. These moments feel special because they break the predictable pattern of everyday life and give us a glimpse of a more mysterious, interconnected reality. For Anthony Hopkins, finding that book wasn't just a lucky find. It was a profound experience that affirmed he was exactly where he needed to be, doing exactly what he was meant to do. It was a powerful message that the universe was conspiring in his favor. So, the next time you experience one of these uncanny coincidences, don't just brush it off. Take a moment to appreciate the mystery. Smile and maybe even give a little wink back at the universe. You might be surprised by the guidance and reassurance you find. These stories remind us that life is not always a straight, predictable line. It's full of wonder, mystery, and moments of beautiful, inexplicable connection. What's the most incredible coincidence that's ever happened to you? I would love to hear your stories in the comments below. Let's share the magic. Thank you so much for watching and exploring this fascinating topic with me. If you enjoyed this video and want to dive into more mysteries of the human experience, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us create more content like this. Until next time, stay curious and keep your eyes open for the signs. Have you ever thought of someone and just moments later they call you on the phone? Or maybe you've been wrestling with a problem and the solution suddenly appears on a billboard as you drive by. Perhaps you had a significant dream that later came true. What's going on here? Are these events mere coincidences, or is something deeper happening? Often, these extraordinary coincidences are filled with meaning for those who experience them, creating a profound and sometimes mystical sensation, as if the universe is trying to send us a personal message. The Swiss psychologist Carl Jung coined the term for these events. Synchronicities, he said, what I found when investigating this phenomenon thoroughly were coincidences that were connected so significantly that their chance occurrence would represent such a degree of improbability that it would have to be expressed. Through an astronomical figure, Jung explored how events that appear random could actually have a deeper, more transcendental meaning. He suggested a profound connection exists between our consciousness and the universe, asserting that our inner world and the external environment are linked in ways that go beyond standard cause and effect. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the nature of synchronicities and explore 5 different types you might encounter. We'll learn how to identify them and decipher their hidden messages, allowing us to synchronize with the universal flow and our higher self, attracting what we truly desire into our lives in total harmony. Let's begin. Synchronicities are incredibly important because they offer personal proof that reality can be malleable and sensitive to our consciousness. As Albert Einstein famously said, reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. Synchronicities show us that this world can behave more like a collective dream or a complex simulation than a fixed, independent physical structure. Even quantum physics has revealed that physical events can be influenced by metaphysical factors. The simple act of observing can determine the state of matter. The reality of our material universe takes shape through consciousness, and synchronicities are a direct manifestation of this incredible fact. Now, let us discuss the different types of synchronicities we may encounter so you can easily recognize them when they happen in your own life. The first type is what we call a warning or alert synchronicity. These synchronicities often appear just before a stressful or pivotal event. They tend to occur when we're refacing a significant decision that could alter the course of our lives. This upcoming choice creates a sort of energetic disturbance in our present, and the universe responds by sending a sign. Think of it as a cosmic heads-up. It might be a recurring symbol, a song on the radio with pointed lyrics, or an unexpected conversation that directly relates to your dilemma. For instance, you might be considering a risky business venture and suddenly see news reports about similar businesses failing. Or you could be unsure about a relationship and you overhear strangers discussing the very same issues you're facing. These aren't just random occurrences. They are prompts from the universe, urging you to pause and pay closer attention. They are alerts designed to help you navigate a critical juncture with greater awareness, ensuring you make a choice that is truly aligned with your best interests. The key is to notice these signals and reflect on their potential meaning for your situation. The second type is the answer synchronicity. This is probably one of the most common and delightful forms of synchronicity. It happens when you are actively seeking an answer to a question or a solution to a problem. You might be pondering a difficult choice, feeling stuck, or just looking for clarity on a particular matter. You send your question out into the universe, consciously or unconsciously, and then, seemingly out of nowhere, the answer appears. It can manifest in countless ways. You might open a book to a random page and find a sentence that speaks directly to your situation. A friend might casually mention something that provides the exact insight you needed. Or you might see a sequence of numbers, like 1111 or 444, that you instinctively feel holds a message of encouragement or confirmation. These synchronicities feel like a direct dialogue with the universe. It's as if you've asked a question, and the cosmos has responded with a clear, tailor-made answer just for you. For example, let's say you're debating whether to move to a new city. You might suddenly start seeing that city's name everywhere on TV, in magazines, on the side of a bus. This is the universe affirming your thoughts and gently nudging you in a certain direction. These moments are powerful reminders that we are not alone in our journey and that guidance is always available if we are open to receiving it. The trick is to ask your questions with intention and then remain observant and receptive to the answers that will inevitably find their way to you. Next, we have the guidance and encouragement synchronicity. This type of synchronicity often appears when you are on the right path but are starting to feel doubtful, discouraged, or simply exhausted from the effort. It's the universe's way of giving you a pat on the back and saying, "Keep going. You're doing great." These moments act as fuel for your spirit, reinforcing your decisions and motivating you to persevere through challenges. Imagine you've just started a new creative project, like writing a book or starting a small business. You're feeling a wave of insecurity and wondering if you've made the right choice. Then, you receive an unexpected email from an old mentor praising your courage. Or you stumble upon a quote about the importance of following your passion. These aren't just happy coincidences. They are signs of alignment. They confirm that your actions are in harmony with your higher purpose. These synchronicities can also appear as spirit animals or repeated symbols that have personal meaning to you. For example, seeing a hawk circling overhead might remind you to maintain a higher perspective, or finding a feather on your path could feel like a gentle sign of support from your guides. These encouraging signs are vital because they help us build trust in ourselves and in the flow of life. They are loving reminders that the universe supports our growth and wants us to succeed. When you experience one, take a moment to absorb its positive energy and let it strengthen your resolve. The fourth type of synchronicity is the mirror synchronicity. This is a deeply personal and reflective experience. It occurs when the external world mirrors your internal state, your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs back at you with uncanny accuracy. If you are feeling joyful and optimistic, you might notice more smiling faces, acts of kindness, and beautiful scenery around you. The world literally seems to brighten up to match your inner light. Conversely, if you are experiencing internal conflict, anxiety, or negativity, you might find yourself stuck in traffic, dealing with difficult people, or encountering a series of frustrating obstacles. It's as if your outer reality has become a direct reflection of your inner turmoil. These mirror synchronicities are powerful teachers. They show us the undeniable link between our consciousness and the reality we create and experience. They serve as a real-time feedback system, helping us become more aware of our dominant thoughts and emotional patterns. When you notice the world around you seems to be reflecting a negative state, it's not a punishment. It's an invitation to look within. It's an opportunity to ask yourself, what am I holding on to that is creating this experience? By recognizing this connection, you can begin to consciously shift your inner state. As you cultivate more peace, gratitude, and love within, you will start to see that positive reflection mirrored back to you in your external world, creating a beautiful, harmonious feedback loop. Finally, we arrive at the fifth type, relationship synchronicity. These synchronicities are all about the people who come into our lives at just the right time. Have you ever met someone and felt an instant, powerful connection as if you've known them forever? Or perhaps you reconnected with an old friend at the exact moment you needed their specific advice or support. These are not accidental meetings. They are orchestrated by the universe to facilitate growth, healing, and the fulfillment of our life's purpose. These divinely timed encounters can bring us soulmates, life partners, mentors, or even temporary earth angels who appear just long enough to deliver a crucial message or help us through a difficult phase. Sometimes, a relationship synchronicity can also signal the end of a connection that no longer serves our highest good. You might experience a series of events that make it undeniably clear it's time to move on from a particular friendship or partnership. These synchronicities guide our social and romantic lives, ensuring we are surrounded by the people who will help us evolve. Each person who enters our life has a role to play in our journey. By paying attention to these meaningful connections, we can better understand the lessons we are meant to learn and the gifts we are meant to share. These relationships are threads in the grand tapestry of our lives, woven together with purpose and divine timing. So, as you can see, synchronicities are far more than just happy accidents. They are meaningful signposts from the universe, guiding, warning, and encouraging us on our journey. By learning to recognize these 5 types of synchronicities, the warning, the answer, the encouragement, the mirror, and the relationship, we can begin to engage in a conscious dialogue with the cosmos. We start to see the magic woven into the fabric of our everyday lives and realize that we are co-creators of our reality. The key is to stay present, observant, and open. Cultivate a state of curiosity and wonder. When a strange coincidence occurs, don't just dismiss it. Pause and ask, is there a message here for me? By doing so, you'll start to tune in to the universal flow, synchronize with your higher self, and attract a life filled with harmony, purpose, and wonder. Thank you so much for joining me on this exploration of synchronicity. I hope this has inspired you to look for the magic in your own life. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about connecting with your higher self, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. We'd love to hear about your own synchronicity stories in the comments below. See you in the next video. Have you ever felt like the universe was trying to tell you something? Like a series of strange coincidences were either holding you back or pushing you forward? These aren't just random events. They are what we call synchronicities, and they can be powerful guides on our life's journey. We all know that what seems like a simple choice can ripple out, causing huge, sometimes irreversible changes. It's like standing at a crossroads where several different timelines emerge as possible futures. In some situations, synchronicities act as warnings, like cosmic red flags, trying to steer us away from a negative path. Imagine you're about to buy a house. The price is a steal, the location is perfect, and you're ready to sign the papers. But then your car won't start. Annoying, right? So you call a taxi, but on the way there's a traffic jam from an accident, delaying you even further. When you finally arrive, you see police cars swarming the house next door. All these coincidences give you a bad feeling, and you decide to back out of the deal. Later, you find out the neighbors were a nightmare, and you just dodged a massive bullet. If everything had gone smoothly, you might have made a decision you'd regret for years. This is a classic example of how the universe can throw up roadblocks to protect us. These synchronicities are like a cosmic intervention, a nudge to pause and reconsider. It's the universe's way of tapping you on the shoulder and saying, "Hey, are you sure about this?" They're not always dramatic either. It could be a misplaced set of keys, a sudden downpour without a cloud in the sky, or a strange comment from a stranger that makes you think twice. These are the universe's whispers, urging you to pay attention before you step onto a timeline that isn't for your highest good. The key is to be aware, to listen to that gut feeling when things just don't seem to line up. Are these setbacks just bad luck, or are they a form of guidance in disguise? Learning to tell the difference can save you from a world of trouble. On the other side of the coin, we have confirmations. These are the beautiful, magical moments that affirm we are exactly where we need to be. Unlike the warning signs, these synchronicities feel like a green light. A cosmic high five confirming that we're on the right path. They often appear during times of significant personal growth, or when we're remaking a choice that aligns with our soul as purpose. They act like a compass, guiding us toward expansion and a life that feels truly authentic. When we're presented with an opportunity for growth, A positive timeline opens up for us, and our very essence is drawn to it like a magnet. Think about those decisions that lead to a life filled with harmony, purpose, and joy. That's your soul's preferred destination. But sometimes our own fears and insecurities, driven by the ego, get in the way. We hesitate, we doubt ourselves, and we might miss out on incredible opportunities. This is when confirmation synchronicities step in. They might give us that final push we need to take a leap of faith, or they might appear right after we've made a brave choice, as if the universe is applauding our decision. These are the wow moments, the ones that feel so personal and magical that only we can truly understand their significance. Let's say you've been dreaming about starting a creative project for years, but you've always been too afraid to begin. One day, you finally decide to take the first step. The moment you make that decision, you glance at the clock and it's 11:11. Later that day, you overhear a stranger talking about how starting a similar project changed their life for the better. Then, you open a book to a random page and find a quote about courage and new beginnings. These aren't just coincidences, they are powerful confirmations. It's the universe winking at you, saying yes, this is it. Keep going. These synchronicities often have a very intimate meaning. It might be a specific number, a song, an animal, or a symbol that holds personal significance for you. When it appears at a crucial moment, it resonates deep within your soul. It's a private conversation between you and the universe, a confirmation that you are seen, heard, and supported on your journey. These moments are deeply impactful because they dissolve doubt and replace it with a profound sense of trust and alignment. They remind us that we are part of something much larger, a grand, interconnected design, and that we are being guided every step of the way toward our most vibrant and authentic selves. So, the next time you face a decision, big or small, pay attention. Notice the subtle signs, the strange coincidences, the unexpected events. Are they roadblocks urging you to pause and reflect? Or are they green lights cheering you on toward a path of growth and fulfillment? By learning to read the language of synchronicity, you can navigate your life with greater confidence and purpose, co-creating a future that is in perfect harmony with your true essence. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the world of synchronicity. I hope this has given you a new lens through which to view your life's path. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more topics like this, please hit that like button. And do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss our next adventure together. I'd love to hear about your own synchronicity stories in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and stay aligned.